Benromach Organic. Wishful thinking there. Benromach Organic. Hello and welcome to another weird and wonderful Whiskey Whims episode. So today we've got Benromach Organic, and you might not think this belongs in my weird and wonderful series. However, it's matured in American virgin oak, and also the name, as the name suggests, is organic. And I believe Benromach were one of the first distilleries to kind of pioneer an all organic whiskey. So with it growing the barley and all this other stuff, there's no pesticides used, no kind of additives. Basically everything's organic. So I think in order to make, I know Deanston specifically, but in order to make an organic whiskey, they need to clean out the basically the full distillery, or the full where the whiskey's made. So like the stills, the washbacks, I'm pretty sure they need to clean them and deep clean them to ensure that the product's 100% organic. So this is why it's in the weird and wonderful classification in my mind, because it's quite a unique thing. Obviously, like I said, Deanston have began doing it, but I'm pretty sure Benromach were the first. So Benromach, a little bit behind them, they're owned by Gordon MacPhail, and they have created a new bottle or a new labelling, and it's pretty poor in my opinion. I like the old labelling. I like the kind of transparent organic writing there. Like I said, the bottle's quite transparent, the label, I don't know, I think the old packaging was a little better. The new packaging for me is a little kind of, it's like prescription tablets or something. Anyhow, it's nothing to do with the packaging. This comes in a box. I don't have the box, it's in the garage. So we'll just get down to the whiskey itself. It's 43%, which is a little lower than I'd usually like. Distilled 2010, bottled in 2016. So you'll get a lot of information there. It's non-chill filtered, and I'm not sure about the colouring. I mean, 6 years in virgin oak. I don't know if it would give it that colour or not, but I'd assume there's colour in here. I'm just trying to see if there's any. No. So yeah, barley, Scottish organic barley, and it's got the British agriculture symbols on there to show that it's fully organic and complies with whatever standard that is. GB-ORG-05. GB-ORG 5. So yeah, we'll get down to the whiskey. I'm trying to see if there's any. Creamy pepper, sweet fruits, rich toffee, dark hints of coffee and cocoa is what we've got on the tasting notes for this. But yeah, 6-year-old, nice to see that, like nice transparent whiskey, and it's not trying to really hide anything. Like I said, non-chill filtered and organic. Let's just get down to the whiskey then. So the nose, might as well mention as well, it's £30 to £35 a bottle. I think you can still buy it. I don't think it's I was going to say redundant, but I can't think of the word. Yeah, I think they still sell it. There is a word, but it's very malty on the nose, so milled barley for sure. And I'm not sure if it's just because it's organic or what, but there's a real barley presence on the nose. It does remind me of something along the lines of the kind of Springbank local barley, the is it Google Adsense? That do like a local barley as well. Yeah, you get that kind of grist, milled barley there. There's a lot of fruity aromas as well. There's lemon, orange peel. Getting sherbet lemon. The nose is quite active. It's quite full, rich, sweet. Definitely creamy as the bottle suggests. But yeah, it's quite active. It's as if it's just going up in my nose and exploding all over it, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's like if you were to, in fact I better not say that. I was going to say it's like if you're to snort sherbet. Don't ask me why I know what snorting sherbet's like. But yeah, it gives a tingle to the nose. Why I'd say like snorting sherbet is when you get like sherbet in the mouth, it kind of gives that little tingle on the tongue. So I can imagine it would be tingling on the nose as well. I feel like I'm digging myself a hole here. But yeah, definitely a sherbet lemon. A nice nose, well, a lot going on, well rounded. The palate. The palates, there's a subtle spice. For me, it seems a bit watery. I'm not sure if they've added water to this, 43% possibly, but it is non-chill filtered. There's still a lot of, I don't know, I feel like the flavours are quite subtle. I'm struggling to pick out anything obvious. There might be a little bit of smoke, just very subtle again. There is a spiciness, maybe pepper as it suggests on the bottle, but I wouldn't say pepper. I think it's just an overall spiciness from the virgin oak casks. There's now like a lemon curd, quite a lemony whiskey. Yeah, definitely lemon curd. I can't remember which nursery rhyme has lemon curd in it. Is it the one that sits on the... I can't remember. Anyway, there's lemon there for sure, but like I said, it's not fruit lemon, it's more a kind of, yeah, lemon curd or lemon jam or something like that. It's quite subdued, it's not too lemony. Vanilla, I am really struggling with the palate here. Vanilla, it is a creamy whiskey. It still feels like there's a lot going on, but I might just be struggling to pick these flavours up. Malty again, I feel like I'm just kind of stabbed in the dark here, but there's a maltiness. And what else can I get from it? Hey, it's yeah, it's bizarre. It's a good whiskey. I think the nose is better than the palate, just because I am really struggling to pick anything up with the palate. It is quite a fruity whiskey, but yeah, I'm struggling with the palate. The finish is probably medium. There's definitely like oak tannins there for sure. There's a bitterness from the oak, not overwhelming in any sense at all. It's a nice, I don't like saying the word, but it's a nice smooth bitterness to it. The creaminess there kind of takes the bitterness edge off it. More lemon coming through. It's quite a lemony whiskey, definitely. And yeah, malty again, malty barley. I think that's quite consistent throughout it. It's a lovely whiskey. It's interesting. It's difficult though. The palate kind of throws me off, saying I'm not too fussed for it. But then the nose is lovely. There's a lot going on with the nose. I think possibly if it was a different palate, I'd probably say whiskey win. But then again, the price of it, £30, £35. It is all organic, which is a good thing, nice thing to see. And it caters to people who maybe only have an organic, what do you call it, consume organic products, so it caters to them. So maybe it's a whiskey win for them, but for me, this is a tough one. I think I'm on the fence whether it's a whiskey win or a whiskey bin. I don't think it's a horrible whiskey. I don't think it's truly superb, but I don't think I can give it a whiskey bin, because it's still an enjoyable whiskey. You could sit down with this, and maybe that's what I need. I maybe need more time for the palate to show off. I've not added water to it as of yet, because the 43%, I don't feel like it needs water, but it's just a struggle on the palate for me. I am struggling to pick up flavours. We'll give it one more, since there's still a little bit left. I mean, I'm not getting any coffee. I might be getting cocoa, maybe a little bit of chocolate. Yeah, possibly chocolate to time with the bitterness at the end. But yeah, I wouldn't want to give it a whiskey bin because, like I said, I think it is enjoyable. And for £35, it's probably a 6-year-old, non-chill filtered. It probably is worth £35, all organic. That must implicate some cost, so I'm surprised it's not a little pricier. But would I recommend it? I think it's one to try. But I think once you've tried it, that's fine. You don't need to buy a bottle. So we'll say this is a whiskey. I don't know what the middle would be. It's not a bin, it's not a win, it's just in the middle. It's a whiskey middle. It's something you wouldn't regret if you missed, and something that you wouldn't really remember if you had it. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thanks for watching. I've been Stuart, this has been Whiskey Whims. I'll see you later.